What is up, you guys? Dennis Garcia here. How the hell is everybody doing? I am doing fantastic. I have my cold brew cup right in front of me. I'm all caffeinated and I am ready to tackle on the day. This Starbucks tumbler that I got a few weeks ago has been one of the best purchases that I have made in 2020. And the best thing about this cup is not the fact that I can drink my cold brew and just take it with me wherever I go. The best thing about this cup is the sound that it makes whenever you fill it up with ice, whenever you fill it up with cold brew, and you use this little straw to mix all of the ingredients in. It makes that beautiful clinking sound that says your cold brew is almost ready. And once the ice stops spinning, you know your cold brew is ready. And I don't do this just with the Starbucks tumbler. I do this with all of my coffee cups, no matter where I go. If it's Starbucks, if it's Dutch Bros, if it's a local coffee shop, if it comes in a plastic cup and it comes with ice and it comes with a straw, I always do this. And it's just out of habit. I don't know why. I know that the coffee is incorporated and mixed with the creamer, but somehow it just makes me feel sassy and gay whenever I just do this to my cup. For today's video, I really just wanted to get a little bit deep with you guys and a little bit honest with you guys about how I've been feeling the last couple of weeks, because I've been spending a lot of time staying up at night, thinking about my existence, having a existential crisis, which is sort of my brand. I've been having existential crises now for like the last few years, but like the ones that I've been having now have been a little bit too real, and I wanted to talk about them because 2020 has been the year of realizing stuff. As Kylie Jenner once said in one of her Keeping Up with the Kardashian interview videos that she posted on her little Kylie app, she used to say, "I feel like this year is the year of realizing stuff." And she wasn't wrong. She had the year wrong, but she really wasn't wrong in saying that 2020 is the year of realizing stuff, and it really has been. I have come to the conclusion that I am not the nicest person. And I know that's shocking to you. It was shocking to me when I realized it. And I'm not talking about like me as a whole, like as a person, I feel like I'm pretty nice. But there are times where like I'll snap at people who are close to me, like my parents. I don't know what's wrong with me, but the last few years I've just had this like attitude with people, and I don't know if it's because if I just have the attitude of my dad has the exact same attitude where like you could go days without talking to him or seeing him, and the second that you go over and you like want to hug him and say hi, he'll like snap at you. And my older brother is the same way. He has that same attitude where like they just like snap at people for no fucking reason. And I've realized that I also do that too. My dad has the same attitude issues as my older brother does, and I have the same attitude issues that my older brother does. And I feel like my brother now, my small little brother, kind of has those issues, although he has more of his own. He knows how to control his anger more than I do, which is a lot to say, because I used to be the type of person that's like peaceful and nice, and I don't get mad, and I don't do this, and I try to keep my cool, and I try to keep control. But I've realized that is not the case. I am trying to make a solid effort to just not change, but be a better person, because I'm not happy about the way that I've been treating my mom or my dad whenever they ask me a question, and immediately after them asking me a question, I get annoyed, I get frustrated, I show how upset I am that they're asking me a simple question that I could easily answer and not make a fit about, but somehow it just infuriates me whenever I feel like I'm being bugged in a sense, even though I'm not being bugged, because I would love for my family and I to have this like open relationship where like we can comfortably talk to each other and comfortably ask questions to each other and just be a family and be those like TV families where like everybody's like best friends and they all get along. But the truth of the matter is that is not our family. We sort of grew up avoiding each other. My dad was always at work and he was hardly ever home. He never went to our plays, our graduations, our school activities. My mom was always there. She was always the one person who took days off of work to go see our plays, who always made things work so that we wouldn't ever feel like we didn't have her there to support us. My mom and I, while we're close, the older that I've gotten, the more that I've kind of resented her. And I think a lot of that comes from the fact that I never felt free as a teenager, you know? my older brother had a lot of freedom. He was able to go out with his friends and go to parties at like 18, 19, get drunk, do drugs, and basically live out his rebel years. My little brother is currently at that stage now where he has that freedom, and he's only 15 and 16, and we're in like the middle of a pandemic, but he's still able to go out with his friends and go to the skate park and have fun and live his youth. And me, on the other hand, when I was 14, 15, and 16, I wasn't allowed to go to my friend's house. I wasn't allowed to go to parties. I wasn't allowed to like do things with my friends. You know, the biggest thing that I did was go to like Walmart with my best friend, and that's all we would do. We'd go to like Walmart, we'd be there all night. I always had to check up with my parents, and I don't think I ever felt free. When I became an adult and I got my own place with my ex at the time and felt the freedom of being an adult, I didn't want people telling me what to do. I didn't want people telling me how to live my life. I didn't want people to bug me and question the things that I was doing in my life. And I think that that's where a lot of my resentment for my parents stem from, is from not wanting to go back to that childlike feeling of feeling imprisoned in my own house. When the pandemic happened and I had to make a difficult decision of either losing my apartment and having to move back home with my parents, or willingly letting go of the apartment while I still had money, while I still had some sort of income, and move to Long Beach and be with my cousin and still kind of live on my own, I chose to move to Long Beach and live with my cousin and still live on my own. As much as I would have loved to go back to my parents' house and be with my parents through the pandemic, and be with my brother through the pandemic, and still be around my family through this craziness that we are going through, I couldn't imagine myself going back there and feeling imprisoned and feeling like confined, and like I couldn't go out and do things without having them ask, where are you going? Who are you gonna go with? What time are you gonna be back? At this point, I'm 28 years old, and having to go back to your parents' house and having to have them ask you who you're going with, where you're gonna go to, when will you be back, I just couldn't live that way anymore. I lived it enough as a child. I lived it enough in my teenage years, and I was not ready to come back to that as an adult. So I said, you know what? Long Beach is more beautiful. I have my cousin with me. We can have our own apartment, and things can just be a little bit better. And I think that at the time when I first decided to come to Long Beach, I didn't realize that's why I was coming to Long Beach. I didn't realize that why I wanted to come to Long Beach and not go back to my parents' house was because I felt like a prisoner in my own home, or like I felt confined to just my bedroom, that I couldn't have friends over. I couldn't bring people over, especially not now with the pandemic, with everybody being so paranoid about the flu and the virus and everything. The longer that I've been here, the more that I've realized all of my shortcomings and all of the things that have made me a sort of shitty person over the years, and all of the resentment that I have felt toward my parents. And it's not their fault. I don't blame them. But at the same time, I need to learn how to handle my own feelings towards my own family, and not be so like rash with people, and not be so snappy with people, and not be so rude with people. It's been hard. It's been hard realizing that I've been that type of person for like the last 10 years. And I think that's where a lot of my unhappiness has stemmed from, is just feeling so frustrated and feeling so angry. And the funny thing is that I talked about this with my therapist back in May, and I didn't put the connections. You know, she was asking me like, why are you frustrated? Why are you always mad? Why are you always so like snappy at people? And I was like, I don't know. I don't know why I always get angry at my parents and I snap at my parents and I'm angry at people. I genuinely don't know why. That is why I am angry towards my parents, because I've never felt free. And to go back to my parents' house would be to go back to like that prison sentence of like having to tell your parents where you are at every second as a 28-year-old. And I just didn't want to do that. I would rather kind of struggle trying to live on my own here in Long Beach with my cousin than to have a safe place at home and feel not at home. It's been a weird realization. It's been a weird couple of days of like epiphanies and shit. And I'm trying to like work on it. I'm trying to be a better person. I'm trying to be a happier person. It's just hard. It's hard because you're a type of person for such a long time, even though you don't want to be that type of person, that when you try to change it, it takes a little bit more effort than it does to just be a shitty person. They say that it takes 21 days to break a habit, and this is a habit that I really want to break. This is going to be a journey that I am going to be on for quite some time, and I just wanted to be transparent with all of you. I wanted to be honest with you guys and just let you guys know how I've been feeling, because it's definitely been an interesting couple of weeks. But anyways, that is it for today's video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I hope that you got something out of it. I hope that you will follow me through this journey of trying to be a better person. Don't forget that the AirPod giveaway is still going on, and it's still going to be going on up until September 22nd. I will try to announce the winner that day, but if they don't respond, I'll give them like a day or two to respond, and if they don't respond, I'll go to the next person. But I will announce the winner on a YouTube video sometime after September 22nd, but you do have until September 22nd to enter the AirPods giveaway. Once again, if you want to enter the AirPods giveaway, I'll leave a link down to the video that you need to watch in order to enter, down in the description box below. And also at the end card of this video, there will be a little video that you can click that's going to have the link to that video also. Aside from that, I hope that you're all having a good day and a good week and a good month and a good year and a good life. And I am going to go finish my cold brew coffee and enjoy the rest of this afternoon. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Llegó la hora de decir adiós.